Spiritual awakening alert. The chosen one must stop scrolling and watch this message. I know exactly what you are doing right now. I don't just mean watching a video, I mean the energy in your body. I can feel the tension in your thumb. I can feel the restless vibration in your chest. You are hovering. You are already evaluating. You are already preparing to leave. Your mind, that restless, hungry animal inside your skull, is already whispering to you, "This is too slow. This is too long. What else is there? Next, next, next." Stop. Do not move your finger. Put your hand off the screen. Put it down. Look at me. This is not a coincidence. You did not stumble upon this video because the YouTube algorithm randomly selected it. The algorithm is just a digital servant of a much higher law. Your soul brought you here. Your higher self hijacked the feed because it is trying to perform an intervention. You are in a trance, and you don't even know it. Look at your life in this exact moment. You are holding a black mirror in your hand, scrolling through an endless river of information, searching for something. What are you searching for? Are you looking for a sign? Are you looking for the secret to manifestation? Are you looking for the one video that will finally fix your anxiety, heal your trauma, and unlock your abundance? You have been searching for an hour, maybe a day, maybe 10 years. You consume one video, you feel a tiny, fleeting spark of hope, a dopamine hit, and then, 3 seconds later, the video ends, the spark dies, the silence returns, and you feel empty again. So what do? You scroll, again and again and again. Just the urge to skip right now, just the impulse to find something better, is the invisible pattern that has kept you stuck in the same reality loop for years. I am here to tell you the hard truth that the feel-good gurus won't tell you. The answer you are looking for is not in the next video. It is not in the next post. It is not in the next comment section. The act of looking is exactly what is keeping you from finding. You are a chosen one. You carry a light that has the power to shatter the matrix. The system knows this. The dark forces know this. But they don't need to put you in a physical prison to stop you. They don't need to chain your hands or lock you in a cage. They have found a much more efficient way to neutralize your power. They simply keep you distracted. They keep you in a state of perpetual seeking. Because as long as you are seeking, you are not being. As long as you are consuming, you are not creating. As long as you are scrolling, you are asleep. This video is not content. I am not here to entertain your ego. I am here to shock your spirit back into your body. This is a red alert. If you scroll past this, you are proving that the programming is stronger than your will. You are proving that you are a slave to the dopamine loop. But if you stay, if you can fight the urge to run away for just a few minutes, we are going to dismantle the trap. We are going to open the hood of your mind and show you exactly how the machine is wired to keep you poor, lonely, and confused. We are going to explain why you feel so tired, so foggy, and so behind in life. And we are going to teach you how to turn off the noise so you can finally hear the signal. If the answer really lay in getting more information, you would have been free by now. But you aren't free. You are addicted to the hunt. Are you brave enough to stop hunting? Are you brave enough to sit in the stillness with me? If you are still here, you are the resistance. Let's unplug you from the feed. Chapter 1. The Dopamine Matrix. Let's strip away the mysticism for a moment and look at the weapon they are using against you. It is not magic. It is biology. It is engineering. It is called the dopamine loop. Why is it so hard to put the phone down? Why do you pick it up when you are driving, when you are in the bathroom, when you're in bed with your partner? Why do you feel a phantom vibration in your pocket, even when no one is calling? Because your brain has been hacked. The engineers who built the apps you use, the architects of the Matrix, understand human psychology better than you do. They have weaponized a biological mechanism called the variable reward schedule. This is the exact same mechanism used in a slot machine in a casino. Think about a slot machine. You pull the lever. Most of the time you lose. Sometimes you get a small win. Rarely you get a jackpot. Because the reward is unpredictable, your brain releases a massive spike of dopamine before you even see the result. The dopamine is not for the reward. The dopamine is for the anticipation. Your body and nervous system have been programmed to believe that the answer is always somewhere ahead, in the next video, the next book, the next technique. Every time you swipe your thumb up the screen, you are pulling the lever of a slot machine. Will it be a funny video? Win. Will it be a boring ad? Loss. Will it be a shocking news story? Jackpot. You don't know, and because you don't know, you cannot stop pulling the lever. You are not addicted to the content. You are addicted to the hunt. You are a biological hunter-gatherer, but instead of hunting for food in the forest, you are hunting for digital stimulation in a black box. This keeps you in a state of chronic, low-level anxiety. Your nervous system is constantly stuck in sympathetic dominance, or fight or flight. You are hyper-alert. Your eyes are darting. Your breathing is shallow. You are never resting. You are never digesting. You are never truly present. But for the chosen one, the damage is deeper than just wasted time. The damage is energetic. The Matrix calls it a news feed. But have you ever asked, who is eating? You think you are eating the content. No, the content is eating you. It is feeding on your attention. It is feeding on your life force, or prana. Your attention is the most valuable currency in the universe. Where your attention goes, energy flows. And right now, your energy is flowing into a machine that gives nothing back but anxiety. By the end of the day, you feel drained, you feel foggy, you feel depressed. Why? Because you have fragmented your consciousness into 10,000 tiny pieces and scattered them across the internet. You gave a piece of your soul to a cat video. You gave a piece to a political argument. You gave a piece to an influencer's fake life. You have no energy left to create your own reality. You have no energy left to manifest. You are a dead battery. Inspiration that does not turn into a lifestyle is just another form of entertainment. You think you are doing the work. You think you are awakening because you watched 50 videos about the fifth dimension today. No, you are drowning your intuition in noise. The Holy Spirit speaks in a whisper. Your higher self speaks in silence. How can you possibly hear the whisper when you are screaming at your brain with 15-second clips of loud music, flashing lights, and other people's opinions? This is the noise trap. The Matrix knows that if it can keep your mind loud enough, you will never hear the call of your destiny. It knows that if it keeps you looking out there, you will never look in here. So the first step of your liberation is to recognize the addiction. Do not judge yourself. Do not say, I am lazy. Say, I have been targeted. My biology has been exploited. The first step is awareness. But now that you know the biological mechanic, we must go deeper. We must look at the metaphysical frequency you are broadcasting every time you unlock that screen. This is the secret reason why, despite all your research and all your seeking, you still feel like you are lacking. Chapter 2. The Seeking Frequency. Now we leave the realm of biology and enter the quantum realm. We need to talk about frequency, because this is where the chosen one loses their power. You believe, because you have been trained by the 3D world, that by searching for answers, you are moving closer to the solution. This seems logical, doesn't it? If you lose your keys in the physical world, you search for them. The more you search, the likely you are to find them. But in the spiritual world, the laws are reversed. The act of searching pushes the answer away. Why? Because the universe does not respond to what you want. The universe does not respond to your to-do list or your YouTube history. The universe responds to who you are. It responds to your state of being. The universe, or the quantum field, reflects back the exact energy state you are carrying. When you are obsessively scrolling, looking for the next big truth, looking for the secret technique, looking for external validation, what is your dominant vibration? What is the signal you are blasting out into the quantum field? Your vibration is, I do not have it. Your vibration is, it is not here. Your vibration is, I am empty. This is the seeking frequency. It is a frequency of desperate motion. It is a frequency of absence. It is the energetic equivalent of screaming, I am lost, I am poor, I am lonely. And the universe, being a perfect, non-judgmental mirror, says, I hear you. You are vibrating seeking. You are vibrating lack. So I will give you more opportunities to seek. I will give you more lack. I will keep the carrot dangling just out of reach so you can continue to be who you are, a seeker. If you are always in a state of seeking, always reaching, you are emitting a signal of lack, a signal that you are not enough, that you are not whole. This is the paradox. This is the trap. This is why you can watch 100 videos on how to manifest money and stay broke, because the act of watching them from a place of desperation is reinforcing the reality of poverty. You are saying, I need to watch this because I don't have money. The universe confirms the don't have. This is why you can read 50 books on how to find twin flame love and stay single, because the frantic search confirms the reality of loneliness. The search pushes the found away. You are chasing the horizon, and by definition, the horizon moves every time you take a step towards it. The seeking frequency creates a reality where the solution is perpetually just around the corner, but never in your hand. More searching, more lack, more almost there, but missing it. This is the tragedy of the modern spiritual seeker. You are the most informed generation in human history. You know all the terms. You know about chakras, 5D, shadow work, star seeds. You have the vocabulary of a master, but you are the most anxious generation in history because you are gorging on the menu, but you are never eating the meal. You think the next video will fix you. Maybe the next one has the secret code. Maybe this new teacher has the magic pill. No, there is nothing out there that is missing from in here. The kingdom of heaven is within you. It is not on YouTube, it is not on TikTok, it is not on Instagram, and you cannot find what is within by looking without. Every time you scroll to find an answer, you are implicitly telling your subconscious mind, I don't know, I am powerless, the power is outside of me. You are giving your sovereignty away to a screen. To break this curse, you must do the scariest thing imaginable for the modern mind. You must stop. You must switch the dial from seeking to receiving. And to do that, you have to stop running. The answer lies in stopping just long enough to let the wisdom that is already within you sink in. Imagine a mailman trying to deliver a package to you. The package is your destiny, but you are running up and down the street screaming, "Where is my package?" The mailman is standing at your front door, ringing the doorbell, but you are not home. You are out there, running, looking for him. If you just went home, if you just sat on your couch and waited, he would hand it to you. The universe is the mailman. The package is ready, and you are running. It appears when you stop resisting the urge to run and allow yourself, for the first time, to stop and receive. So how do we stop? How do we switch frequencies when our brain is chemically addicted to the run? How do we turn off the dopamine slot machine in our pocket and the siren in our head? We need a detox. We need a manual override code for your nervous system. In the next part, I'm going to give you the specific protocol. We call it the sacred pause. It's a 60-second technique that cuts the dopamine cord and opens the receiving channel instantly. I want to check on you. The Matrix is calling you right now. It is telling you this is boring. It is telling you to check your notifications. Fight it. Are you still here, or is the itch to scroll winning? If you are still listening, prove to the Matrix that you are in control. Write in the comments right now, "I am here." Not "I am searching," not "I am looking." I am here. Anchor yourself in the present moment. We are about to perform the detox. Chapter 3. The Conscious Pause. We have identified the enemy, the seeking frequency. Now we must deploy the weapon to defeat it. This weapon is not a new app. It is not a new book. It is not a complex meditation that takes an hour. It is a micro action that you can do anywhere, anytime. We call it the conscious pause. This is the turning point, the first quantum shift. Here's the scenario. You are sitting on your couch. You feel that familiar itch, boredom, anxiety. Your hand reaches for the phone. Your thumb hovers over the app icon. The dopamine loop is about to fire. In that exact split second, freeze. Do not open the app. Do not fight the urge violently. Do not shame yourself. Just pause. Put the phone face down on the table. Close your eyes. Now we are going to override the sympathetic nervous system, fight, flight, hunt, and activate the parasympathetic nervous system, rest, digest, receive. We are going to perform the 60-second reset. Step 1. Physical anchor. Place one hand on your heart. Place the other hand on your belly. Why? Because your mind is scattered in the digital cloud. Your touch brings your consciousness back into your physical vessel. Feel the warmth of your palm. Feel the rise and fall of your chest. You are telling your brain, "I am not in the screen. I am in the body." Step 2. The breath of presence. Take a deep breath in through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold for 4. Exhale for 4. Not because breathing is magic, but because conscious breathing creates a connection, a coherence between your heart and your brain. When you breathe slowly, you physically cannot remain in a state of seeking. Seeking requires rapid, shallow breath, anxiety. Deep breathing signals safety. It signals arrival. Step 3. The quantum command. In this silence, while your hand is on your heart, I want you to whisper a specific phrase. This phrase acts as a code to rewrite the I lack program running in your subconscious. Whisper, "I am ready to receive." Not, "I am trying to manifest." Not, "I am working hard." Simply, I am ready to receive. Feel the shift? In the 3 seconds before this pause, you were a hunter, starving and desperate. Now, you are a vessel, open and full. You have switched the polarity of your magnet. Instead of pushing the package away with your frantic learning, you have opened the door to let the mailman in. This is not a massive, earth-shattering change immediately, but in the subtle realm, everything has shifted. You have stopped the noise. You have created a pocket of silence. And in that silence, the signal can finally reach you. The signal of intuition, the signal of your soul, cannot penetrate the wall of noise you create when you scroll. But the moment you pause, the wall comes down. You might suddenly get an idea. You might remember something important. Or you might just feel a wave of peace. That peace is the proof that you have reconnected with the source. I want you to make a pact with me right now. For the next 3 days, practice this conscious pause. Every time you reach for the phone, give yourself 60 seconds first. Hand on heart, breath. I am ready to receive. If you still want to scroll after that, fine. But usually you won't, because the itch was just a cry for connection, and you just gave yourself that connection. But why is this so hard? Why does it feel like the entire world is trying to stop you from taking this 60-second pause? Because, my friend, you are in a war zone, and your attention is the spoil of war. Chapter 4: The War for Attention. Let's zoom out from your living room and look at the battlefield. You might think your scrolling habit is a personal weakness. It is not. It is a casualty of war. We are living in the age of the attention economy. Have you ever wondered why social media is free? If you are not paying for the product, you are the product. Your attention is being mined, packaged, and sold to the highest bidder. Every second you stare at that screen, you are generating wealth for the matrix, but you are generating poverty for your soul. Your attention is the currency of the universe. Think about that word, currency. To pay attention, you are paying with your life force. When you spend money, you can earn it back. When you spend attention, it is gone forever. For the chosen one, this is catastrophic. Why? Because your mission requires high-voltage energy. Manifestation requires focus. Healing requires presence. Awakening requires awareness. All of these things run on the fuel of attention. Imagine your soul is a powerful laser beam. When focused, a laser can cut through steel. It can heal your deepest wounds. It can send a signal to the stars. This is your potential. You are a laser. But what does the matrix do? It puts a prism in front of your laser. It scatters your beam into 1,000 tiny, weak, fractured lights. A little bit of light for the celebrity gossip. A little bit for the political outrage. A little bit for the comparison trap. Now, your laser is gone. You are just a dim light bulb. You have no power to cut through the illusions of your life. You have no power to manifest your dreams. You have fragmented your consciousness. You are leaking energy. This is why you feel stuck. You are not stuck because you are incapable. You are stuck because your engine has no fuel. You gave all your fuel to the algorithm. You cannot build a cathedral if you are checking the news every 5 minutes. You cannot write your book. You cannot build your business. You cannot deepen your relationship with God, because God requires intimacy, and intimacy requires undiluted attention. This war is not fought with guns. It is fought with notifications, ping, buzz, flash, red dot. Every notification is a missile fired at your concentration. Every autoplay video is a landmine for your focus. The Matrix wants you to be a consumer. A consumer is weak. A consumer is hungry. The universe wants you to be a creator. A creator is active. A creator is focused. A creator is full. You cannot be both. In every moment, you are either consuming someone else's creation, or you are creating your own reality. So how do we fight back? How do we reclaim our currency? We need to erect a fortress. We need to establish digital boundaries so strong that the Matrix cannot penetrate them. We call this state monk mode. In the next chapter, I'm going to show you how to structure your day like a spiritual warrior. We are going to stop the leaks. We are going to focus the laser back into a single beam. And we are going to use the principle of entanglement to reconnect you with your true desires. Chapter 5. Quantum Entanglement. Why does the conscious pause work so powerfully? Why does reclaiming your attention change your physical reality? To understand this, we must look at quantum physics, specifically a phenomenon called quantum entanglement. In the microscopic world, particles can be linked together in a strange way. When one changes, the other changes instantly, regardless of distance. This is what Einstein called spooky action at a distance. Here is the spiritual truth. You are already quantumly entangled with your desires. The life you want, the abundance, the love, the peace is not out there waiting to be found. It is an energetic particle that is already linked to you. It is part of your energetic system. Your dreams, your goals, they are already connected to you in the quantum field. So if you are already connected, why aren't you experiencing them? Why isn't the signal getting through? Because of the noise. The connection is there, but the line is full of static. Imagine you are on a phone call with your future self. They are trying to tell you the winning lottery numbers. They are trying to give you the directions to your destiny. But you are standing in the middle of a heavy metal concert, the social media feed. You can't hear a word. You are screaming, "Why aren't you answering me?" And they're saying, "I am screaming the answer, but you are too loud to hear me." The problem is, if you emit a chaotic signal, the universe can only reflect chaos back to you. When you are scrolling, your brain waves are erratic, high beta. Your heart rate variability is low, stress. Your energy field is jagged. You are jamming your own signal. Monk mode is simply the act of clearing the channel. When you stop scrolling, when you enter the silence, you drop into coherence. Your heart and brain synchronize, the static clears, and suddenly the entanglement activates. You download the idea. You feel the impulse to go somewhere. You know what to do next. This is why the quiet morning protocol is so vital. You must protect the first hour of your day. If you wake up and immediately plug into the matrix, you have scrambled your signal for the entire day. You have broken the entanglement before you even got out of bed. Here is the monk mode protocol for the chosen one. Phone-free mornings, first 30 minutes, no screen, only you and God. Notification blackout. Turn off all non-essential pings. You decide when to check. The machine does not summon you. The evening wind down. Last 30 minutes before sleep. Disconnect to allow your subconscious to download solutions while you sleep, instead of processing memes. This is not about being a Luddite. This is about being a receiver. You are clearing the line so the call can come through. When you stop the noise, the signal becomes clear. And when the signal is clear, you don't need to search anymore. You just listen and you move. You move from seeking, frantic, to acting from inspiration, flow. This is the state of the master. But what happens when you turn off the noise? What happens when you sit in the silence and the dopamine wears off? You will face the final guardian of the threshold. You will face the void, and it will feel like boredom. It will feel like emptiness. But do not run, because in that void lies your true power. In the next part, we will explore the void of power. We will teach you how to transmute boredom into brilliance, and we will bridge the gap to the ultimate state of existence, the I am state. I want you to verify this science in your own body. Think of the last time you had a brilliant idea. Was it while you were scrolling TikTok? Or was it while you were in the shower, walking in nature, driving in silence? It was in the silence, wasn't it? That was the entanglement working. If you agree, write in the comments, silence is the key. Let's prepare to enter the void. Chapter 6. The Void of Power. So, you have turned off the notifications. You have put the phone in the other room. You have entered the silence. Now comes the hardest part. Now comes the withdrawal. Within minutes, a feeling will rise in your chest. It feels like an itch. It feels like unease. It feels like boredom. The modern mind is terrified of boredom. We treat boredom like a disease. We treat it like a failure. As soon as we feel a second of nothingness, we panic and reach for the pacifier, the screen. But I am here to tell you the greatest secret of the masters. Boredom is not emptiness. Boredom is pregnancy. When you feel bored, it means your brain has stopped processing external noise. It means the input has stopped. And because the input has stopped, the output can finally begin. The void is not a vacuum, it is a womb. Think about a field in winter. It looks dead, it looks empty, but underneath the soil, in the dark silence, the seeds are cracking open. The roots are pushing down. If the farmer dug up the soil every 5 minutes to check, like you check your phone, nothing would grow. He has to let the field sit in the boredom of winter so the spring can come. You are the field. The reason you haven't birthed your destiny yet, the reason you haven't written that book, started that business, or found that clarity, is because you never let yourself sit in the winter long enough. You abort the process every time you swipe. When you sit in the void, your brain starts to heal. This is scientifically known as the default mode network. When you are not focused on a task or a screen, your brain shifts gears. It starts connecting distant regions. It starts processing memories. It starts solving complex problems in the background. This is where epiphanies come from. This is where downloads come from. Have you ever noticed that your best ideas come in the shower, or while driving, or while washing dishes? Why? Because those are the only times you are bored. Those are the only times you are not force-feeding your brain with other people's garbage. In those moments of nothing, the divine intelligence finally has a clear channel to speak to you. The silence is where the signal lives. The noise is what blocks it. So, here is your new practice. I want you to court boredom. I want you to sit in a chair with no phone, no book, no music for 15 minutes. Just stare at the wall or look out the window. It will feel uncomfortable, Your skin will crawl. Your ego will scream, "This is a waste of time. I could be learning something. I could be productive." Let it scream. That scream is just the addiction leaving the body. That is the sound of your dopamine receptors resetting. Ride the wave of discomfort, and then watch what happens on the other side. After about 10 or 15 minutes, the anxiety will break. A calm will settle over you, and then the thoughts will change. Instead of anxious thoughts, "What am I missing?" you'll start having creative thoughts. "What if I did this?" Instead of reactive thoughts, "I need to reply to him," you'll have proactive thoughts. "I want to create this." You'll hear a voice that hasn't spoken to you in years, your own voice. The Matrix hates boredom because boredom leads to thinking, and thinking leads to questioning, and questioning leads to awakening. A bored population is a dangerous population because they are too busy staring at their chains. A distracted population is a safe population because they are too busy watching the puppet show to notice the cage. Reclaim your boredom. Treat it like a sacred ritual. When you are waiting in line at the grocery store, do not pull out your phone. Stand there, look at the people, feel your feet. Be bored. When you are in the elevator, do not check your email. Be bored. When you are stuck in traffic, do not listen to a podcast. Be bored. In that boredom, you are reclaiming your sovereignty. You are telling the universe, "I am strong enough to be alone with my own mind." And when you are alone with your own mind, you will find that you are actually in the company of God. But once you have reclaimed this space, once you have opened the channel, what do you do with the energy that comes flooding back? You must direct it. You must flip the switch from the lowest setting of human existence to the highest setting of human existence. You must move from consumer to creator. Chapter 7. From Consumer to Creator. We have cleared the noise. We have embraced the void. Now we must talk about the physics of energy flow. There are only two states of existence in this universe: consuming, energy in; creating, energy out. The Matrix wants you to be a consumer. A consumer is a battery that plugs itself into the machine to be drained. You consume content. You consume food. You consume products. You consume fears. You are a bottomless pit. You take, but you never feel full. Why? Because the human soul is not designed to be a storage unit. It is designed to be a conduit. Inspiration that does not turn into a lifestyle is just another form of entertainment. Read that again. If you watch a video about painting, but you never paint, you are a consumer. If you watch a video about fitness, but you never lift a weight, you are a consumer. If you watch a video about spiritual awakening, but you never change your behavior, you are a spiritual consumer. Consumption without creation leads to spiritual constipation. You are stuffing yourself with high vibration information, but you aren't metabolizing it. So it turns toxic inside you. It turns into anxiety. I know so much, but I do nothing. That is the heaviness you feel. The chosen one is here to be a creator. A creator is someone who takes the invisible energy of the divine and births it into physical reality. This is the definition of God's image. God is the creator. You are the mini-creator. When you create, you reverse the flow. Instead of sucking energy from the screen, you push energy into the world. And the law of flow says, To give is to receive. When you let energy flow out of you, fresh energy from source rushes in to fill the vacuum. This is why creators are energized and consumers are exhausted. Think about it. After 3 hours of scrolling, consuming, how do you feel? Drained, dead. After 3 hours of writing or gardening or building or cooking, creating, how do you feel? Tired maybe, but alive, satisfied, electric. The shift. I want you to audit your day. What is your input to output ratio? For most people, it is 99% input, consuming, and 1% output, creating. Your goal is to shift that ratio. Even 50-50 will change your life. For every hour you spend watching, spend an hour doing. But I'm not an artist, you say. I don't know what to create. Creation is not just painting a masterpiece. Creation is conscious action. Writing a journal entry is creation. Cooking a meal from scratch is creation. Having a deep conversation is creation. Solving a problem at work is creation. Manifesting your reality is the ultimate creation. When you stop scrolling, you will feel a surge of restless energy. That is your creative libido. Do not numb it. Do not suppress it. Use it. Pick up a pen. Pick up a tool. Open your mouth and speak. The matrix gives you the feed to keep your mouth full so you cannot speak your truth. Spit out the feed. Start speaking. Here is the alchemical formula. Boredom plus action equals creation. Boredom plus phone equals addiction. The moment you feel the void, choose action. Do something, anything, just don't spectate. Stop watching other people live their lives. Start living yours. Stop watching other people manifest. Start manifesting. When you step out of the loop of seeking and step into the power of your own authentic existence, you become the signal. This is the path of the master. The master does not need to consume the light. The master generates the light. But how do you know what to create? How do you know which action to take? If you aren't following the algorithm's suggestions, who do you follow? You follow the signal. You follow the whisper. This brings us to the final piece of the puzzle, the whisper protocol. This is how you navigate the world using your internal GPS instead of the matrix's map. Chapter 8. Action from Whispers. We have cleared the space, the void. We have activated the engine, the creator. Now we need the steering wheel. How do you make decisions in a world that is screaming at you? How do you know the right step to take? Most people operate on impulse. Impulse is loud, impulse is urgent. It feels like a frantic push. I need to buy this now. I need to check this now. I need to say this now. Impulse comes from the matrix. It triggers your amygdala, fear, or your dopamine centers, greed. It shouts. Intuition is different. Intuition is a whisper. It is quiet. It is calm. It is steady. It doesn't push you. It pulls you. It doesn't scream now. It simply says, "This is the way." The whisper, it's not loud. It doesn't give you a detailed plan. It's usually just a gentle nudge, a hunch, a knowing without explanation. This is the signal we have been talking about. And here is the tragedy. You have been deaf to the signal because you have been addicted to the noise. You have been waiting for God to shout at you with a burning bush, while God has been whispering to you in the breeze. The whisper protocol. When you are in the void, when you are in the pause, listen for the whisper. It will often come as a subtle idea. Call this person. Take this route home. Write this sentence down. Leave this room. It might seem illogical. It might seem small. The matrix mind will say, "That's stupid. That's a waste of time. Look at the big flashing neon sign instead." Ignore the neon. Follow the firefly. The problem is that most of us ignore that whisper. We wait for enough proof, enough guarantees, and in that waiting, the opportunity passes. Intuition has a short shelf life. It is a spark. If you don't catch it, it goes out. When you hear the whisper, act immediately. This is the rule of the chosen one. Instant obedience to intuition. When you get the nudge to reach out, send the text now. When you get the nudge to start the project, write the first line now. Do not let the analytic mind, the matrix guard, intervene. The analytic mind creates doubt. The intuition creates movement. Every time you trust the whisper and act on it, you are strengthening your connection to the quantum field. You are proving to the universe that you trust it. Think of the story I told you about the woman who quit her job. It made no logical sense. Everyone said she was crazy. The neon signs pointed to safety, but she followed the whisper, and the whisper led her through the dark forest to a destination she could never have planned with her logical mind. It led her to her purpose. The whisper knows the shortcut. The whisper sees around corners. The whisper is connected to the quantum entanglement of your future self. It is your future self guiding you home, breadcrumb by breadcrumb. But you can only hear it if you are silent, and you can only follow it if you are brave. This is the new way of living. No more seeking outside answers. No more scrolling for validation. Just pause, listen, act. Pause, listen, create. You are becoming a sovereign entity. You are cutting the cords to the hive mind. You are plugging directly to source. And when you do this, when you finally unplug from the illusion, you are left with only one thing, the only thing that is real, yourself. But who are you really? When the screen is off and the noise is gone, who is the I that remains in the silence? This brings us to the ultimate realization, the realization that unlocks the final door, the realization of I am. In the final part of this transmission, we will bridge the gap. We will show you that the search was never about finding something out there. It was about remembering who is in here. Now, I want you to test your intuition. Right now, close your eyes for a second. Ask yourself, what is one small thing I need to create or do today? Don't think, just listen for the first flash. Got it? Write it in the comments. Commit to it. I will create your answer. Let's seal the deal in the final chapter. Chapter 9. Authentic Existence. We have silenced the noise. We have entered the void. We have listened to the whisper. Now we arrive at the destination. Where does this path lead? It leads back to the only place that matters. It leads back to you. To the end, all we have said, stopping, breathing, being present, listening, leads to one core thing, authentic living. Why do you scroll? Why do you constantly look for something outside of yourself? Because deep down, you have forgotten who is inside. You have been trained by the matrix to believe that you are not enough. You have been trained to build an avatar, a profile, a persona. You perform for the algorithm. You curate your life for the audience. You edit your soul to fit into a 15-second clip. But when you turn off the screen, the avatar dies, and you are left with the reality. This is what you are running from. You are running from the raw, unfiltered truth of your own existence. But this is also where your power lies. Authenticity is the highest frequency in the universe. Authenticity means being the author of your own reality. You cannot be the author if you are reading someone else's script. You cannot truly manifest anything from the outside. What you call dreams are actually the longing of your soul wanting to be revealed. When you stop scrolling, you stop performing. You stop comparing your behind the scenes with everyone else's highlight reel. You realize that you don't need to be richer, prettier, or more spiritual to be worthy. You just need to be real. Think about the people who truly inspire you, the ones who change the world. Are they the ones who follow every trend? Are they the ones who look like copies of copies? No. They are the ones who broke the mold. They are the ones who dared to be weird, wild, and messy. They are the ones who live from the inside out, not the outside in. Remember, who inspired you the most? Was it the richest, the most powerful? Or was it the one who dared to be true to themselves, even when they were imperfect? When you reclaim your attention from the feed, you reclaim your right to be original. You start to vibrate at your own unique frequency, your soul signature. And here is the magic. When you vibrate at your soul signature, you become magnetic to your specific destiny. The things that are meant for you can finally find you because you are no longer hiding behind the static of the collective noise. When you live authentically, you don't just change yourself, you create a field of influence that allows others to drop their masks too. This is the ripple effect of the chosen one. By simply refusing to be distracted, by simply sitting in your own truth, you liberate everyone around you. You become a lighthouse in a world of strobe lights. Strobe lights distract, lighthouses guide. Be the lighthouse. But to be the lighthouse, you must be anchored in something deeper than your personality. You must be anchored in something deeper than your thoughts. You must find the bedrock of your existence. You must find the eye that watches the scroll. Who is the one watching? Who is listening to my voice right now? It is not your name. It is not your job. It is not your body. It is the awareness itself. And this awareness has a name. It is the name of God.
Chapter 10: The Ultimate Realization. We have come to the end of the search. You started this video because you were looking for something. You were looking for an answer. You were looking for a feeling. You were looking for a way to fill the void. But now, in the silence we have created together, I want you to look at the seeker. Stop looking for the object. Look at the subject. Who are you? When you put down the phone, when you stop the noise, when you stop trying to become someone better, what remains? You are not your Instagram feed. You are not your bank account. You are not your anxiety. You are not even your thoughts. There is a presence within you that is watching all of this. A presence that is silent, still, and infinite. A presence that does not need anything because it is everything. This presence is the I Am. Manifestation is not about attracting something to you. It is about allowing your divine nature to be fully lived. The reason you have been addicted to scrolling is because you were trying to find I am in the it is. You were trying to find yourself in the objects of the world. But you cannot find the screen by looking at the movie. You are the screen. You are the space in which the movie plays. When you realize this, the hunger stops. The seeking frequency dissolves because you realize there is nothing to seek. You are already home. You are already whole. You are already that which you were looking for. You don't need to force the flower to bloom by pulling its petals. You just need to let the light touch it. The light is your own attention. When you turn your attention away from the distraction and turn it back upon yourself, you water your own soul. This is the secret of the masters. They do not do more, they are more. They rest in the state of I am. And from that state, worlds are created. From that state, miracles become natural. You thought this video was about quitting social media. No, it was about self-remembrance. The Matrix uses distraction to make you forget who you are. Because if you remembered who you are, you would not be a consumer, you would be a god. You are ready to remember. You are ready to step into your power. Not the power of force, but the power of being. But how do you stay in this state? How do you live as I am when the world tries to pull you back into I want? How do you use this state to not just find peace, but to bend reality itself? There is a specific method, a lost technology of consciousness that explains exactly how to use the I am to unlock the kingdom. We are standing at the bridge. You have stopped the car. You have stepped out. Now it is time to walk across.
The bridge to power. We are at the end of this transmission, but for you, this is the beginning of the real work. I am going to ask you to do something now, and it will be the hardest thing you do today. In a moment, this video will end. The YouTube algorithm will immediately try to serve you another video. It will try to pull you back into the loop. It will try to steal the peace you have just built. Do not let it. Your challenge is this. When I stop speaking, I want you to close the app immediately. I want you to put your phone in another room, and I want you to sit in silence for just 5 minutes. Just you, no noise, no input. In those 5 minutes, ask yourself one question. If I am not my distractions, then who am I? Feel the answer in your body. Feel the power of your own presence. That feeling, that is the key to everything you desire. That feeling is the state of God. There is a secret about this state, a secret known by the ancient mystics and rediscovered by quantum science. They call it the I am state. It is the state where you leave the world of becoming and enter the world of being. It is the state where you do not attract what you want, you become it. In the next transmission, we are going to hand you the keys to this kingdom. We are going to explore the forbidden teachings of Neville Goddard and the quantum science of identity. We will show you how to use those two simple words, I am, to rewrite your DNA and reshape your physical reality. But you cannot enter that state if you are distracted. You cannot hold the scepter of power if your hands are busy scrolling. So prove to yourself that you are ready. Prove to the universe that you are the master of your attention. You didn't skip this video. You stayed.
that means a part of you is ready. You are ready. Make your final declaration below. Write it as a vow. Write it as a seal upon your soul. Write, "I am ready to live true." And then turn it off. The silence is waiting for you. And in the silence, I am is waiting.